Two clumsy friends, Bud and Doyle, accidentally become participants in a group of scientists' mission to live inside a biodome for a year without touch with the outside world. The two must then learn how to defend the Earth while also assisting the scientists in their objective. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we're going to give you a recap of the film Biodome, which is a movie from the fantasy comedy slapstick genre. A hilarious film that will make you laugh so much that your stomach will hurt. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. You will certainly have a fun time. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts with the narration about how mankind has been suffering from environmental disasters. People are tired and scared and are searching for a ray of hope in an already bleak landscape. Then, the scene changes and we see a group of scientists and investors which is led by Dr. Noah Falker. He is standing in the Arizona desert and is happy, stating that this place is mine while gesturing towards the surroundings. These scientists and investors, thanks to the efforts of Dr. Faulkner, have planned to develop their space station on Earth. This will be a self-contained world of pure environment. The narrator further continues about how this place will be unspoiled and unpolluted, unlike the conditions of Earth. On this Earth Day, the team plans to seal them in this environment, named the Biodome, for 1 year. Its mission is to sustain life and stay in harmony with harmony. The narration ends with the congratulations of the team of scientists that made this whole thing possible. It ends with the remark that saying the future of mankind rests on the Biodome. Bud Squirrel McIntosh and Doyle Stubbs Johnson live together in Arizona and are planning a way to not go out with their environmentalist girlfriends, Jen and Monique. Since it is Earth Day, Jen and Monique wanted to go save the environment. However, Bud and Doyle plan a way to miss the whole trip. They do this by Bud hitting Doyle hard in the forehead with a book. This knocks Doyle down. Later, when their environmentalist girlfriends come to pick them up, Bud says that they can't go since Doyle is injured. Jen, who is Doyle's girlfriend, goes to the injured Doyle, who is lying down, and starts to console him. The two boys have almost fooled the girls when Jen notices that Doyle has the same mark on their forehead as the book has. This makes her realize that it was a setup, and the boys had planned the whole thing in order to not go with them. As a result, they get angry and hit the boys. Because they are neglecting them, they leave the boys because of their immaturity. On the way, the two girls decide to teach their boyfriends a lesson, and they stop by a calling booth and lie to them, saying that they are going out with other men that are swimmers. This makes Bud and Doyle jealous, and they decide that they can't let their girlfriends go out with swimmers. As a result, they go out toward Jen and Monique. They pass by the Biodome on their way home, where scientist Dr. Faulkner is giving a speech. He says in the speech that the dome is about to change humanity and be the reason for its future. He introduces all the scientists involved and is set to lock his crew in for a year without contact with the outside world. On the other hand, Bud and Doyle want to use the restroom. They try to enter the Biodome, mistaking it for a mall. They try to enter but are stopped by security. Since they want to go in, they devise a plan to throw firecrackers in the ceremony so that the guards and security are distracted and they can slip inside and use the restroom. The plan works and they successfully manage to go inside. They take a stream into the stream inside the dome. However, when they try to leave, they realize they are trapped inside with the scientists. This causes an uproar among the scientists. Dr. Leakey, the project's funder, discovers them and asks that they be removed. However, Dr. Faulkner refuses, arguing that doing so would defeat the experiment's objective. Therefore, Bud and Doyle remain. Dr. Faulkner asks them a couple of questions to which they reply with comical answers. In the end, Dr. Faulkner gives them a space to sleep and some accessories to make them comfortable. When the two complained about not having basic utensils and not knowing everything, Dr. Faulkner decides to give them a tour. Here he catches them smoking and is frustrated due to their continued harm to the dome's environment. Later, the two boys start to flirt with the other female scientists. Later, Jen and Monique visit the dome to talk to the boys. They talk but can't touch each other due to the glass between them. Later, they are called to dinner but spit out their food as it is very bland. Afterward, they talk to Dr. Leary and give him an update regarding what is happening in the dome. They tell him everything they understand in their language. On the other hand, Jen and Monique plan to go to an environmental event. Jen reminds Monique of the two boys and how they cannot go. But Monique says that they will probably cheat on them with the two beautiful scientists. Jen argues that she trusts Doyle and says that he will not do anything. In the end, however, Jen agrees and the two plan to go to the environmental event. Although things appear to be going well at first, Bud and Doyle continue their shenanigans, causing harm to themselves and ruining several of the scientists' efforts. The scientists beg Dr. Falconer to reconsider, but only after the two discover a hidden hoard of junk food and conduct a laughing gas experiment. After 3 days of isolation in the desert environment area, the two locate a key in the lock of one of the windows, which unlocks a rear door, and they leave the biodome. While waiting for a pizza delivery inside the dome, Bud and Doyle discover Jen and Monique are at an environmental party with other men, so they resolve to outdo the party by throwing one inside the biodome to win them back. The party backfires, causing the experiment to fall apart and Jen and Monique to distance themselves from the males. The scientists prepare to escape through the door into the desert, but Bud and Doyle intervene, demanding that they all stay and restore the dome to full health, reasoning that the outside world is currently not a pristine environment, with Doyle swallowing the key as a last resort. Bud and Doyle's efforts in rebuilding the dome eventually draws a large group of admirers and supporters, including Monique and Jen, and the group subdues the situation and proceeds to fix the dome together, while the lads and scientists connect as a team. Meanwhile, Dr. Falconer has gone wild and is planning to blow up the dome with handmade coconut bombs. Bud, Doyle, and the team successfully reconstruct the dome after several months, but the night before the doors reopen, Bud and Doyle encounter Dr. Falconer, intending to apologize to him and make peace. He informs the two that he is rigging pyrotechnics for the door opening ceremony and enlists their assistance in planting the items, which are bombs. When Bud and Doyle are left alone with the bombs, they play with one of the coconuts and discover their hazardous nature after an unsuccessful long pass. They warn the others and try to leave the dome before the bombs detonate, but the door cannot be opened until the clock strikes 0. Bud and Doyle dash back into the dome in search of Dr. Falconer, whom they hope may disable the bombs. They knock him out and disable the coconuts with a remote after a chase and tussle. With the biodome experiment completed, the team prepares to leave via the now open door, but Dr. Falconer returns with one final coconut bomb, trips, and the bombs detonate at the entrance. Bud, Doyle, Jen, and Monique say their goodbyes to the biodome scientists and depart in their automobile, which is seen going toward a mysterious nuclear power plant, where Doyle has to use the restroom again. Meanwhile, Dr. Falconer has escaped the dome through the desert window entrance, having recovered the key Doyle swallowed, and is being chased by police into the desert. So that's all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to Comedy Recap, the best channel for watching comedies. Lastly, do hit the bell icon to remain updated about all our future videos. Till then, see ya.